Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the Mirandus TownHall. And we have here today Fernio, the team lead of the Mirandus team, and Joshua, the product manager. I'm gonna pass to them so they can start answer your questions, talk more about Mirandus, and talk all about the news.
Hey, hello, Doug. Thanks for the introduction. Hey, Fernio, how are you?
Hey Yosha, hi Doug. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine. We have a lot of good news today. It's going to be an exciting town hall.
Yeah, yeah. Let me share a presentation so that we can start talking about the news.
Okay.
Which way was it?
So
This
we
one.
already have a few comments in the chat. So hello, everyone.
I think I've shared it, but I don't know
Oh,
if
I
it.
think I think Doug needs to add it to the stream.
Okay. Hey Doug, could you give us a
Hello.
hand?
Oh yeah. Oh, you need the. Oh, sorry, my bad. Here, I
That's it.
was
Thank
I
you.
was showing the hellos from everyone. People are saying hi, hello. So okay, all set.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Doug.
So as I was saying, let's start with the news. So first bit of news, we had an event. I don't know if everyone here was able to participate, but we ran an event from last Wednesday to yesterday, and we had a great participation. So thank you everyone for that joined. I hope you had a great experience in the Mirandus event, and we have some data about the how things went with the event, and we want to share them with you. So Yosha is going to take care of that in a minute. But first, I also wanted to share with everyone that a new member will be joining the Mirandus team. Um, he's a level designer, and he will work with Kuro in creating new content for the game. So hopefully you will be able to see his work soon as part of one of our monthly releases. So yeah, exciting news. Um, let's start talking about the July event. Yosha?
Yay! Thank you. So yeah, we're very excited to have a new member for the team. So we're going to do the recap for the July events. So we have a lot of numbers here. So we're going to be checking one by one to see what were the results. So for us, this was some sort of an experiment. We wanted to try and see what would happen with an event, kind of similar to what Bexy and Townstar were doing, and see if something like that could work in Mirandus or not. So the first and of course the most exciting thing was the leaderboard itself, and you already know that the number one in the leaderboard was Alim. So he had 17 million points. This was the chaotic trace, so it was a lot. He definitely did his best, and he was quite far from the second place. So congrats to Alim, well deserved. And also we wanted to mention that the rewards will be distributed soon. And the total gala that was allocated for this event was 128,200 gala. So thank you again to everyone who participated, and hope you guys had fun. So especially I want to say congrats to the top 10 that you can see here in the slide. It was very high numbers. I was impressed. We checked with Kuro the amount of brutes that people killed, and we were like, wow. It was really
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, it was impressive. So yeah, we can move to the next one, please. Okay, so the first thing that we checked was the amount of users that were active during the duration window of the event. Not everyone participated in the event itself, so they didn't loot the chaotic trace. However, in total, we did have over 500 participants. So that was something that was very good, because we haven't seen this much people playing Mirandus since the game went on public preview on November 2024. So for us, it was very, very exciting to see this many players again. So yeah, that was the first highlight of this event. So the second one, so I'm seeing a funny comment here. Magic Play. Hi, I'm definitely the top one in bets. We didn't check that one. We could check. we can come back to you and see if you were actually the number one. Okay, so we something that we changed for this event was that we included the hollows. So in the last town hall, we mentioned that we were having this issue where we had a lot of people that had their session started. So they launched the game and they couldn't choose an exemplar because they didn't have one and they didn't know maybe that they needed one to play. And we mentioned that one of the changes that we wanted to make was to allow people play with a character that wasn't an exemplar and that had some limited features. So that was one of the things that we tried to do here. So the hollows were available since the July's release. So it's a bit before the event started. And the number of people that we had playing during the event, a bit more than half of them played with hollows. And we actually got rid of that decrease in our funnel. And of course, we do have some other decreases in the rest of the funnel. But the one that was the most worrying one is not there anymore. So it
Yeah,
seems
now we can like test the actual first steps of the game, right?
exactly.
Where we now can know where we are losing players now that they start engaging with the actual gameplay of the game.
Yeah, that's something very important what you mentioned about the gameplay, because that should be the main issue. This was more like a technical issue almost. So now that we have a solution for this one, we can take care of the gameplay itself. Someone is eating. Sorry, I was drinking some water. Yeah. And yeah, the other thing that we wanted to mention is that out of the 553 people that we had playing the game during the event window, 59% of those actually participated in the event. And here we consider as a participant the people that actually looted the chaotic trace. So it was almost 60% of the people playing. Now we do know that most of the older players prepared since the previous week for the event, and many of the new users didn't have the time, and maybe it was a bit too difficult for them to be able to participate. So that could explain why that percentage is only 60%. And
Yeah,
out of
it's something that we probably should check, like test some alternatives, because we're probably asking for quite a bit of gameplay time for people to be able to take down their first goblin, which would mean that maybe we have a kind of tall barrier for participation.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, this is also a competition, so it, there's also a search for something that it's also a challenge. So yeah, we have to find the balance there.
Yeah. And yeah, so the last number that we wanted to share with you, at least on this slide, was that 91% of the people that participated were eligible for the reward. So that's it with the main numbers for the overview of this event. Now we're going to be digging deeper into more details, so we can go to the next one. So the next one, it's going to be about the participation and engagement. So the first number that we see here is the number of goblins killed. It was a lot. It was more than 100,000 goblins
Goblin,
killed.
Goblin Armageddon.
Yeah,
Armageddon?
yeah. Yeah, this was the total, considering the archers, the hunters, and the brutes. So yeah, you guys really succeeded killing goblins. And out of those, we know that sometimes they die like one on top of each other. So no, not every goblin was looted. Only 72% of the dead goblins were actually looted. So
Oh,
it was 78.6 thousand. And the total chaotic trace that was looted from the looted goblins was 52.8 million chaotic trace. So it was really a
nice.
lot. Yeah, yeah. So I see a message there. I couldn't even loot in some cases. The spawns were chaotic. Yeah, we know. And then if we look at this into more detail, we can see the types of goblins that were actually looted. So of course, the smallest bucket goes to the Goblin Brute, which actually was the hardest one to kill. So it was 4.7% of the loots came from the Goblin Brute. And then we had 34.6% for the archers, and the most looted ones were the Goblin Hunters with 60.7%. So you can see the detail there.
Yeah,
So
the archers are a bit more strategic about how they attack and they keep their distance. So
they are
maybe,
pretty annoying.
yeah, yeah. I'm guessing people may find that they have to attack them quickly and then move on to the other hunter that is nearby. That is
Mhm.
usually coming up to fight with you directly.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it's pretty hard to find the archer. You just feel the arrows hitting you, and you don't know where
Yeah,
they're coming from.
yeah. Like you have the growling and the sound effects warning you about the attacks, but you still have to like look for them, and
Mhm.
they can attack you from quite a distance.
Yeah.
They actually try and make an effort to keep their distance. So yeah, not so simple taking down the archers.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next one.
I was reading a comment from Simoni37. He says, "Guess the goblins will think twice before taking over Narrow's Landing again." That's true. Yeah,
Good
that's
point.
true. Yeah. Um, okay, so we can move to the next one. So we actually had someone different from the top one in the leaderboard as the one who killed the most goblins. It was XGG. So he was the top goblin killer. Now here we accounted for all the goblins, so we didn't make a difference between the roots and the or the smaller goblins, and the total was 12,309 goblins killed. So congrats also to XGG for receiving that mention as the top goblin killer.
Yeah. Congratulations for being the goblin mower.
Okay, we can move to the next one. So now regarding the NFT, the Siphon of Chaos, so there was a total of 230 mystery chests that were sold. Each of
Mhm.
those chests contain one ring, and the distribution was pretty similar to what was expected according to the probabilities that we set for this box. So you
Mm.
can see here the distribution. We had 57% of those boxes containing an uncommon Siphon of Chaos, 29% for the rare, and 15% for the epic. And if we go to the next one, we can see how many people actually used
Wait a moment. I
what?
just wanted to
Yeah.
make a point about the epic ones. It
Mhm.
turned out that our buyers were quite lucky, huh?
Yeah,
They got
actually, yes.
like a lot larger proportion of epic Siphon of Chaos. So congrats on having good luck.
Yeah, it originally was 10%, so they got away with an extra 5%.
Yeah, like
But
it would tend to 10% if more boxes would have been opened, right?
yes,
But they got the lucky ones.
yeah,
So
they were very lucky.
Yeah, so congratulations on having a good luck this time.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the next one.
Okay, so in terms of people wearing the rings, most of the people that participated in the event actually didn't use these rings. So we have almost 80% of the players that were playing just like that with no bonus. And then we had 6.4% of the people with one ring equipped, and then 13.7% with two rings equipped. So that was the distribution of the people. So remember, the bonus for the rings could be stacked. So you could equip up to two rings for this event.
Hmm.
Yes. And finally, since, as I mentioned, this was kind of an experiment for us, of course, we want to hear from you guys. We know there were a lot of comments on Discord. It's a bit hard sometimes to keep track of all the comments, and that's why we want your feedback officially. We created a Google form that we are going to send on Discord. So you can answer this and give us your thoughts. And this is going to help us a lot, because we want to know what we did right, what we did wrong, what we can change. If you have some ideas, if you used a hollow or not, if you thought that the NFT was useful or not for the event. And we want to have all this information in an organized way. So
Hmm.
what we thought was better was to have a Google form. So we are going to share the link just after the town hall. I see some people excited about the in-game surprise that Eric mentioned. So I don't know if we are going to share some information about that or not.
Oh,
You will have to wait.
yeah,
But
no, I would have, uh, or rather, I need to check with Kuro first,
oh,
and I didn't check with him before the live stream, so I don't want
yeah,
to put
maybe
my
we
foot
can
in my mouth.
maybe we can
Uh,
give some spoilers, maybe.
yeah.
But yeah,
Shout out to Kuro if he wants to send a message.
maybe we can give it at the end. But what we can say is that Kuru is working very hard on this surprise with Eric. So yeah, we want to have it as soon as possible. So that was for me. Go ahead, Fernio.
Thank you, Yosha. Yeah, so now the monthly check on the roadmap. Um, let's see what we had shown last time on the previous town hall. We had told you that we were going to ship the, or rather launch the pets MVP version, new inventory management, and we were going to run the event. So we were able to get everything on players' hands by by the time the event came in. So that was always a happy achievement. We and by and But we did mention that there was a single pet that we were not going to launch during July, that we were still working on the 3D assets, and that was going to be launched on August, alongside Vexy Charms, in-game chat, and a main menu redesign. And we were aiming to have a new zone preview by September, and the female orc exemplar also by then. But in the meantime, we did have quite a few things happening in between. So how are things looking right now? We are going to launch the Phoenix on August alongside the Vexy Charms. But we also had some new weapons inserted into the game via over-the-air update, and um, that was like an experiment that we were able to carry out during the event, and was a successful experiment in that we saw the weapons being adopted by the players. So that was cool. but now it means that we have to make sure that that they are feature complete. So during August, we are going to launch the actual art assets so that the weapons look different and are represented by the correct icon in the inventory instead of a placeholder icon. So we are doing that in August. We're also um, working on improved deer animations, since we're seeing a lot of like errors in the way they travel. Like they take the decisions we want them to take, when to move, when to run away, when to like keep their distance from the players. But the way they move and the animations that they play make them look bugged or broken. So we want to work on them. I think we haven't tested them with the whole team, but I know that work on them is already underway, and I've been told that they are very much improved. But all of these last minute changes meant that we had to delay a few of the bigger issues, specifically in-game chat and the main menu redesign. So those will take a bit longer. We wish to launch them by September. But that also meant that we have a little bit of extra bandwidth available from the art team, and that means that we are trying to launch the female orc exemplar during August. So we are delaying some things that needed more engineering, and advancing or moving up on the roadmap some things that can be done almost exclusively by the art team. So that's like a balance we are trying to strike there. So for September, we will have the in-game chat and the main menu redesign, and that means that we are pushing a bit the new zone preview towards October. There's many conversations about what this new zone should be and where it should be located, and like what kind of gameplay we want to unlock with this new zone. So this is still a bit in the air. I still wish to have a preview soon so that you guys can start like getting to know the place, and maybe even imagine what the gameplay could be. But I hope we can have a much more firm information for the next town hall. But things are a bit moving around more than before. So as always, keep in mind that the roadmap is subject to change. But we are trying to always have something interesting to launch in the game every month. That's the main goal in the end. So if we decide to do something different, maybe a big feature, we'll always try and break it up into smaller chunks that we can show you in the meantime as a work in progress. Like, for example, having a new zone ship first the art for a new zone before the rest of the gameplay.
Oh, I heard a dog
Yeah,
barking.
the main. So someone arrived at home, so my dogs want to check who's there.
Yeah, she
But
has
have you?
What?
opinions.
What? Hello, hello. What happened?
There
Hi,
was
Doug.
a dog barking.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Fernio's
Yeah,
dad. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's people that they know, so everything's good now. But they always
sorry,
know.
is just because when anyone says dog, sometimes I think that's duck.
Oh, no, no, no. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it was dog.
Okay,
Yep,
sorry for the
Doug,
interruption. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dougie Doug. Um, so so yeah, that's the way the roadmap looks like for now. Um, we know that like what's important for players, and we are um, trying to lay the foundations to everything that's important for players, like deeds and materium and additional play areas. Um, so more detail about the what's come next, the August update.
I want
Uh,
to mention something that the art is
sure.
very, very pretty for the background. Yeah.
Yeah, we will ask our
Choco.
art director, yes, to
Yeah.
share it in Discord. I think
Yeah,
the
it's very
the
cool.
high res versions, so that people uh, can use it maybe as a wallpaper. I know I'm using his art as wallpaper on my
We
web
all
machine.
are, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I have the
probably,
one with the
probably right.
pets. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the one with the brute and the elf hiding from the brute. That's a very cool one. Okay, so the August update, it will be launched on the 12th. So 2 weeks from now. It will include the Phoenix pet, as I was mentioning. You will be able to see it in the game as the other pets flying with you if you have that NFT. And it will have a passive effect as the other pets, but I think it has a temporary one while all the gameplay features come into place. Um, and we also will have improved deer animation catalog and mixing. That's like the main change that we needed to make to have them look much more natural in the game. Hopefully, similar to the way rabbits or the even the pets behave. It uses a different technology stack, the deer, compared to the flying pets. So uh, uh, our artists have to work in a somewhat different fashion when they are working with the wolves, deers, and other land-based animals. So it won't be to the exact same level of polish, but it will look much better. And here are the new models for the new weapons: bronze-coated sword, spear, and hammer. So people that have crafted those weapons will see them having their new look, when we launch the update. We're also re-enabling the Vexi charms. They will have a new look in the inventory. There's a preview there for a couple of them. They will be equipped on a new slot called the trinket slot. Players will have, I think, 3 trinket slots available for equipping trinkets, and the charms will be the first trinket available to equip there. And equipping the corresponding charm, the charm corresponding to your current exemplar, will unlock a new maximum energy capacity. So that can help you if you ever find that you are um, reaching your minimum and maybe even losing a bit of health points because of running without energy when exhausted, maybe your Bexy charm will come in handy there. And also the female orc, she will join the roster alongside the human and the elf. This will bring the total female alternatives to three. Uh, we will be only missing the dwarf and the halfling. I know that we have the bodies for them, but um, a big chunk of the work is actually getting all their armors in the game, working for the body proportions of the other characters. So still work to be done there. Um, but yeah, if you own the an orc NFT, any orc NFT, you will be able to play as a female instead of a male in the game. Um, so yeah, that's with everything for the August 12th update. And any questions that you have seen, Yosha, passing by on the chat that we could
We have one
answer?
from IMS. If we are looking to fix player animation, sound mismatching, for example, when you harvest crop or chop trees.
Yeah, we we have a difficulty there with the technology in that one of the some of the animations run on your local machine, like all the first person animations run on your local machine, but the third person animations are running on other people's machines and get sent over the network to your computer so that you can see them running, and that presents specific challenges that we need to overcome. Um, the first person animations are the easiest to solve. So the any issues that we identify, we keep them on our issue tracker, and we attack them usually the week before launching an event. We go to the in the tracker. We prioritize any bug that was detected on any new features, and after getting those out of the way, we start handling older issues, trying to keep the quality of the game up. So animations is there was identified as an issue. Animations on the characters, but it's either a combination of not being that major of an issue, or maybe being too complicated of an issue, and that's that's why they may have been left for a later moment. But yeah,
Yeah.
we always try to fix the animation so that we can get
Mhm.
a good immersion in the game.
Yeah, so it looks smoother. So we also have a question. Actually, I think this is more of a suggestion for Kuro. So Kuro, heads up, from Salty Badger Crypto. Copper coated arrows for the archers in the game. That could be cool. So, Kuro,
Mm,
that was a suggestion for you. I don't know if you already thought about that, but if not, that's something that we could do. I also saw a question regarding the female dwarf from Punjab. So we don't have them at the moment, but we will have them in the near future. So dwarf and halfling are the next females after the female orc.
yeah.
So yeah, they are coming. What else? Any plans for shields or parry with weapons? Oh, I don't think we are the right ones to answer this one.
I think I know there have been analysis on whether that's feasible. Um, but there's a whole design work on our backlog, like near the top around combat. But the top priority on our backlog is kind of a crowded place right now. A lot of competing priorities, so we are needing to get some things out of the door first before we can dive into combat again. I don't know if parry is something that we will be able to add on our first pass on the combat, but I know that Kuro is thinking about at least having um, a light and a heavy attack, so that you could mix your approaches to combat on the game, and also how that would impact uh, your recovery times and the weapons you were using. So yeah, there's a whole ton of work that we have started exploring, but we're not there yet. I know
Mm.
shields have also been considered. So
Nice.
uh, yeah, they are in the catalog of things we could add.
Mhm. Nice. I also saw a question from T. What Bexy charms match our exemplars? So we have a very big collection of Vexi charms. Very big. It's. I think it was like 8,000 different Vexi charms.
Yeah, more than 8,000.
Um, yeah, but they are. Let's say we can group them according to the different exemplar types that we have. So that's how we are trying to make the different groups to see if they match or not with your exemplar. So
I,
yeah,
I think they have. I think their name matches with their
the race of the.
yeah, or our exemplars. Like your NFT has to match with the charm.
Mhm.
So the
Yeah.
name of your NFT, like strongholds or um, uh, well, any of the races and their exact name would need to match with the exact name of the Vexi charm. But if there are questions about that, maybe we should have some documentation there. I
Hmm.
will take note. I will
Yeah.
take note of that, and maybe we can share it on Discord.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe we can do a
or
spreadsheet or something, and we can
yeah,
check.
as part of the blog post.
Yeah. Wow, I see a very difficult question there. What percentage of development is Mirandus at?
Oh,
I don't know.
I would say
it,
we
it
are early.
yeah,
We are
it, it,
we
de-
are
it depends.
we are in early development.
Mm,
Uh, I mean, there's features that would be fun to have in the game.
mm,
There's features that would have um, good engagement, or maybe they would represent an advantage to players that have bought exemplars or other types of NFTs, and that would like add to the ability or to the gameplay mechanics that they can engage in. There's a ton of stuff that needs to be done to support all the NFTs that have been sold. And
mm.
then maybe there's also stuff that we need to create so that we sustain the game moving forward. Like on top of everything that was sold, maybe we have to create more features that go beyond
That's
that.
very important. I think for a game that is thought to have live ops, you can never say that the game is completely done because you can always add more things. And I think that's why Fernio's work has been really important in trying to mark these milestones. So we set like smaller goals, and one of the things that we could highlight is that for now, having this public preview for us was a big goal because it means that at least we had this basic loop where you guys can go into the game and enjoy some basic loops, and you can harvest, you can craft, and you can fight some enemies. And that was our like first big milestone, but we are just going to continue building on top of that.
Yeah, I have an answer from Kuro, who was writing me via our internal chat. We are going to add the possibility of looting the
It's
weapon
breaking
from the
news. Breaking.
from the Goblin Brute. So his mace, there will be a very low chance of
Mhm.
the weapon itself showing up as loot from the Goblin Brute.
I
And
want to mention something there, because we actually so the request from Kuro was we need a very low chance to get this. And what we did is that we based our analysis on the number of brutes that you guys killed during the event. So it's feasible, but it's going to be hard. It's a bit more than the amount of brutes that you kill during the event. That's the spoiler that I'm going to give. But that was the big news. So that was the surprise that we had prepared for you. So as soon as we have it in game, we are going to do the proper communications on Discord and on the blog.
yeah, yeah, don't go in the game right now. The
Yeah,
weapon is not there yet. The drop is not there yet.
don't kill the brutes
So
yet.
don't start your horses just yet. We'll let you know, and it will probably happen as an over-the-air update with an additional update later on for the actual art assets, or maybe we managed to include it in the August release. Also the Goblin Brute Club maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, and share. Let everyone know if you get it.
Yeah, of course. We want to see who's the winner.
Yeah, yeah. Um, resources.
Mhm.
So Abdo asks whether
Yeah.
resources and materials will reset before the next playtest event. We have um, resources respawn every certain amount of time, but the number of resources depends on the amount of players that are live in the game at any moment, and also depends a bit on the configuration that Kuro sets them to, so he can dial things a bit to make them more easy to find or a bit more difficult. So things should be working now. If you see things that are stuck in the world, maybe we need to get give the backend servers a reset, because we also identified a few bugs in the backend code base. Thanks to everyone for stress testing our backend during this event. So we've identified some issues, and we are going to launch fixes for them during August. But that's not entirely visible. Like you, the what will change is that you won't see the same issues happening again. Um, but yeah, if you see something weird about in the world, share a message on Discord and we can debug it, or maybe just restart the backend and have everything go back to normal.
Oh, I see. One last question. So I saw Cesar's PC's question, and I didn't understand because it said payments, and I was like, what does he mean? And now he corrected the question. So actually, yeah, we shared it when we shared the metrics. We have a Google form to get that feedback, and we're going to share the link after the town hall on Discord, so you can send all your thoughts about the event. So yeah, that's happening.
Hmm. And Abdo says that he meant that the resources on their inventory. We are trying to keep everyone's inventories in place for as long as possible. We identified an issue that made players lose their test material when we started the event. I think it was when it affected a big
Mm,
chunk of the player base.
yeah.
So sorry for that, but it was um, an issue that we hadn't seen before, um, or or maybe we thought it was much more difficult to reproduce, and now it happened to many people. So we are working on making sure that that doesn't happen again. So yeah, we're trying to have everyone keep their inventories um, for the for the foreseeable future.
Mm, doing our best.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so we are 2 minutes past our time, so I think we can start wrapping up this town hall. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you
yeah.
for
Thank you for
participating.
joining.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Yosha.
participating in the event as well. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the kind comments. And thanks Fernio and Doug for being here as well. Any last words? Sorry.
Thank you, Yosha, and thank you, Doug, for preparing everything here and helping us get the streamings going on YouTube, which I know people prefer.
Cool, cool.
So thanks for that.
Awesome. So we'll see each other in the next one, in the next town hall. So keep eye everyone there in Discord. I'm gonna post announcement maybe like in 2 weeks with the next date. And of course, we all meet each other there in the Mirando's discussion too. Bye everyone.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Thank you.